My father was a coal miner, and he was killed in the coal mines when I was 12 years old. My mother was a remarkable woman. I could just imagine what it was like to wake up one night and find out that your husband is gone and you have 7 children to raise yourself. I just always wanted to go to college. Not that anything was wrong with being a coal miner, but I think the traumatic loss of a father said, I really don't want to be a coal miner. I want to be something else.
So I grew up really around the Ohio Valley that was filled with a lot of steel mill jobs. And that's what most of the families of the kids that I grew up with, their families worked in the steel mills. That was just our way of life. But I knew pretty early on that I wanted to go to college.
My grandparents and my parents and everyone, they hadn't gone to university. No one had been to university in my family, but it was always sort of expected that I was going to be the first one to go to college. I remember coming home from school, and one of the first things in the evening, my grandma would sit down at the dinner table with me, and we would start doing flashcards for my homework, or spelling test the next day, or getting ready for chemistry and learning the periodic table.
My dad owned a business, and my mother was a homemaker. And she was a good mom, but she knew nothing about education. And it was always a given that Rhonda was going to go to college, but no one could give Rhonda any direction about where to go or what to do, that kind of thing. I knew I wanted to go to college, and I knew my parents wanted me to go to college, and I wanted to go for them, and maybe a little more than I wanted to go for myself.
As a first-generation college student, I had absolutely no idea what to expect. I just knew that I had some friends that were going to college here and that I was pretty much on my own. But I quickly found out that getting involved, and for me, that was in a sorority, right? And that was with playing sports, even through intramurals, that having that affinity group, having that support group, that was going to be my way to success.
When I got here, I was frightened, felt overwhelmed. Did I do the right thing? And that first semester was scary. After that, I pledged a sorority. I became a cheerleader, and my world changed. I instantly got 60 sisters, and that were all there to help me. After my first year, then I became supportive for the group behind me. I was their support.
It's kind of like a family here at Fairmont State. It's big enough that you can get a great education, but small enough that you don't get lost and overwhelmed by the experience of going to college.
So Fairmont State was the right choice for me, as it had all the resources I needed, and it was so personalized. I never was in a classroom with more than a few dozen students. The professors knew your first name, and that was such a big difference. The opportunities that Fairmont State provides isn't confined to the small town, the local town. It provides a worldwide of opportunities, but with a personalized education. And that was so important to me, and it made such a big impact in my life and career.
If you're a first-generation college student, just like I was, I can guarantee you that there are current students and future students just like you that are questioning their ability to go to Fairmont State or to go to any college. And I can guarantee you, if you choose Fairmont State, you're going to be surrounded by not just those current students and those future students that are just like you. You're going to be surrounded by past students just like me that overcame those barriers and called Fairmont State my home forever.
For me, I can pitch it this way. Once I was finished, I was ready to start and do it all over again. It's the best it can be at Fairmont State.